Welcome back to MVA. Today we're deep diving into the intricate world of food chains and webs, where every organism plays a crucial role to maintain a natural balance in the world around us. Imagine you're in a thriving ecosystem surrounded by diverse plants, animals and microorganisms. How do these organisms interact with each other? And what happens to the energy that flows through them? That's where food chains and webs come into play, revealing the intricate relationships within ecosystems. Let's start by understanding food chains, a linear representation of how energy moves from one living thing to the next as the eaters become the eaten. At the start of any food chain, we have producers. These are things like plants that carry out photosynthesis, an important process that uses sunlight to get plants the energy they need to survive. As we move along the chain, next comes the things that eat the producers. We call these consumers, and to be more specific, primary consumers. For example, a rabbit might eat grass. Here, grass is our producer, and the rabbit is the primary consumer. Something could then prey on the rabbit too. This would be an example of a secondary consumer, because instead of eating the producer, it's eating the primary consumer. Remember that when we draw food chains, we should imagine the arrow represents the words "is eaten by," meaning that we'd always draw it from the grass to the rabbit and the rabbit to the fox, instead of the other way around. Always pointing at the culprit responsible for the eating. We see food chains like this on every ecosystem on Earth, and in a lot of cases, there can be more than one thing that eats the producer or the primary consumer. To show this, we can instead use a food web. In a food web, multiple chains intertwine, depicting the complex interactions among organisms. Imagine a forest ecosystem. We can still have grass as the producers, rabbits as primary consumers, and foxes as secondary consumers, but we might also have a mouse that eats part of the grass, but gets eaten by the fox. Or we could have a hawk that eats the mouse and the rabbit. Here you can see that we're building up a bigger picture of the landscape, not just one food chain, but how animals and plants interact in that ecosystem. I'm Jack with MVA. Thanks for watching.